Um, well, hello, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us on this glorious day to creating a bike-friendly workplace. It's the perfect time of the year to start thinking about your bike programs and how to build a culture that supports biking and bike commuting, excuse me. I am Doriana Piche, and I'm here with my colleague, Jessica Lynn, and we are going to tell you a little bit about how to create a bike-friendly workplace. So we're going to talk a little bit about who we are and what we do and how we can help, why we're here to help you. The state of biking in DC, which is, I think, really rather interesting. We're going to cover a little bit about Capital Bike Share and what a corporate membership looks like, some biking 101 and the value of biking, and how to promote bike to work at your workplace. And then we'll cover a little bit about our Transportation All-Star program because it's a valuable program.
Great, thanks, Dory.
Welcome.
So first things first, who are we? We are GoDC Go. GoDC Go is an initiative of the District Department of Transportation, that's DDOT. We are the leading resource for transportation information and options. We encourage the use of sustainable transportation. We offer complimentary transit resources and consulting services to DC organizations and commuters. And our goal is to decrease traffic congestion, improve air quality, and create a better quality of life overall in the DC area. So let's take a look at the state of biking in DC. So as of today, we are the 7th biggest city to be considered a bike-friendly city. 4.2% of our residents bike to work. And that used to be 5%, but now more people are teleworking, which is not a bad thing either. All of these methods are very green and very sustainable. So we're very happy with the 4.2% of residents biking to work. And we have 145 in-street bike corrals, over 8,000 bike racks. And of course, we know that biking is zero emissions. So the average car commuter travels 34 miles and emits 22 pounds of CO2, and the average cyclist emits 0. 75% of our trips are under a mile. 160 plus miles are in bike lanes and trails in DC. That's 24 miles of protected bike lanes, 79 miles of painted bike lanes, and in spring 2022, we achieved 100 miles total of bike lanes. So it's $308 on average to get a new bike here. And then the average cost of maintaining a new car is about $10,000. It was a little under in 2021 and it was a little over in 2022. So it's hovering around there. But as you can see, biking is a huge savings. So speaking of savings, I'd like to talk a little bit about Capital Bike Share, which is the DC area's bike share service. So Capital Bike Share is the 3rd largest bike share program in the US. We have 300 million trips taken annually, and it's also the most affordable bike share system in the country. You know, looking at LA, New York, all the big cities, we have the most affordable one. There are 700 stations and over 50% of them are inside the DC boundary. And I think we have 850 new e-bikes that just launched. So if you are interested, please feel free to check them out, get on the road, try out their new e-bikes. So the Capital Bike Share program is normally $95 for an individual, but through the corporate program, you can have it subsidized. So it'll be about $50 per person or $25 per person. So the corporate program, you would be covering that amount for your employees, so that $50 your employees would either pay nothing or they would pay $25 with the half subsidy. And it's very easy to enroll. So you would just submit your organization information to CABI, so including where to send your bills, etc., and they'll set up your account. CABI will provide you, CABI is short for Capital Bike Share. They'll provide you with the sign-up instructions and the collateral to share with your employees. So any resources or information that you need, the basic instructions, they'll provide that to you. But if you need more education or guidance or someone to come in just to show people how to sign up for CABI or demonstrate how to use it, you can always invite GoDC Go. We're more than happy to come out to your office or do a webinar to help you promote CABI. And Cabby also manages your account, so they'll verify that only eligible folks are signing up under your account. That's totally standard. We'll cover that for you. And members can ride immediately after signing up using the Lyft or Capital Bike Share apps. So that means they can even ride it on weekends if they want to. That's their membership. So if you're interested, please go to capitalbikeshare.com. You can visit their website. If it's not Capital Bike Share, you can always reach out to me and Dory for questions, and we will help you get set up. So here's another look at the corporate pricing. So it's $50 per person or $25, and the employee would pay the other $25. It's a great savings, 47% discount. All right, biking 101. So here's some benefits and strategies to increase bike commuting at your workplace. So there's lots of benefits to biking. This is well studied. For the employer, there's a few benefits, quite a few. You'll have healthier employees. As you know, they're exercising, they're coming into work focused. So, their morale is improved, their productivity is up, and you'll have increased employee retention because your employees are generally happier working there. It's good for the environment. You're decreasing your carbon footprint. And as we know, that's very sustainable these days. Employees are looking for a company that they can support the mission of, they can get behind their vision. And if you're more green, you're more sustainable, you are moving towards the future. So that increases your employees' interest in your company and they want to be a part of that workforce as well. And if you offer biking programs or good biking infrastructure at your workplace, you're increasing your employee benefits. So that's always a good look for you and your employees. As the employee, you're also getting lots of benefits. As we know, biking is a low impact form of exercise. There's less strain on your joints. It's a good muscle workout. You're working out every part of your body, your core, your legs, your arms, and it's very easy to get into. Most people say once they've learned how to ride a bike, it sticks with them forever. So it's good for your strength and stamina as well. And it's a fun way to get fit, especially if you're biking outside. It can be very enjoyable to see the scenery, see people that see people walking their dogs. It's enjoyable, it can be. It could also be time efficient, depending on where you live. It might be faster to bike to work than to sit in traffic. And you'll have fewer carbon emissions, as we talked about earlier. Biking is zero carbon emissions. And you can enjoy fresh air and sunshine. So overall, that improves mood and, like I said before, productivity. It's usually a very good experience, and I can testify to that myself. So as I said earlier, there is strong evidence and data to prove that cycling can help improve our planet, the state of our planet. The Adventure Cycling Association states that adopting this habit could save between 700 million and 1.6 billion gallons of fuel yearly. Plus, biking everywhere reduces the carbon emissions your automobile might otherwise release into the atmosphere. So financially, that's a huge plus if you're saving on fuel. So it would be really great for your employees if they could have somewhere to store their bikes. One way you can get people to start biking to work is by improving the infrastructure at your workplace so that people are more incentivized. It's easier for them to get into it. So just by having bike racks or bike storage, that might be a way for your employees to say, you know what, I have a place to store my bike. It's not that hard to give it a try. So for example, outdoor bike racks are great. Indoor bike racks as well, indoor secure storage, indoor small spaces, maybe a fix-it station, or even a bike pump. So if you've ever seen those U-shaped bike racks, we have kind of a picture down there. It's an outdoor bike rack. If you don't already have one, you can always call 311 and the DC government will come and install those outdoor U-shaped bike racks outside your office free of charge. And if you have an empty office or closet in your workplace right now that's not being used, you can always buy a standalone bike rack and convert that into a bike storage room. And there's some pictures here that you can take a look at. It doesn't have to be a wall-mounted one, but if you're interested in that, whatever works for you. There are many ways to encourage bike storage or biking at your place or workplace. There's also some additional amenities you can consider, such as a changing room, or showers or lockers. Sometimes when people are biking to work, it can be a little bit of a workout. You might work up a sweat. So a shower is a really great place for that employees to have access to. If you don't have showers, maybe a gym on site or partnering with a local gym would also help your employees have access to that, just so they can get refreshed. You know, sometimes if you had a shower, you would be a lot more incentivized to bike to work. Blow dryers, towel service, etc. It'll also be great. You can consider having overnight parking for rain or emergencies. Sometimes people might bike to work, but then they know that it's raining in the afternoon and they don't know what to do. If there's overnight parking, they can leave their bike there, or in an emergency, they can leave their bike there. And then on that note, Guaranteed Ride Home is a great solution for that. So Guaranteed Ride Home is a program that your employees can sign up for as long as they're commuting sustainably, which includes taking the metro or biking or walking to work. They can sign up for this program, and 6 times a year, for whatever reason, emergencies, or they've got something going on, or it's raining, they have a free ride home from their workplace 6 times a year. So that'd be a great solution for someone who biked to work and then wasn't able to take their bike back home. Overnight parking, Guaranteed Ride Home. Totally free. So I encourage you all to look into that. All right. Now I'll hand it to Dory to talk about biking and safety.
Great, thanks, Jess. So most importantly, keep it safe. People are intimidated about biking to work because of safety and concerned about biking on busy roads and getting to work in time. So recommend hosting a bike safety class. And even maybe a bike maintenance class. And if you don't have enough people in your office to maybe host your own bike safety class, you can buy individual gift certificates to WABA's bike safety classes. They're held all the time, so you can, and it's relatively inexpensive to give a gift certificate to a rider in your company to make sure they ride to work safely and feel better about their commute. You can also, and we've done this with a lot of employees, bring a bike mechanic to check employees' bikes for an issue and basic maintenance. It's a great tool to have people bring in their bikes to an event and have a maintenance person there if you're looking for a resource for that. We have a number of different bike mechanics that we work with, and they've been really fantastic. And there is the website for WABA to get information on their bike classes. As I said, there's tons of bike classes available that people can join, including bike maintenance classes. So you can also give a gift certificate to that as well if you wanted to. Okay. Encourage biking, and that is the biggest thing. You know, like I said, people get intimidated about it. So doing something like a bike buddy program is a great idea to get those people that might be really interested in biking, but a little uncomfortable with the concept of going to the office on a bike, or maybe just getting on the main roads on a bike. So a bike buddy program is to get your expert bike enthusiasts or people that commute on a bike regularly to buddy up with somebody in your office that might be interested in doing that. You can, you know, do a match program or something, or just hold a meeting for anybody that might be interested. A buddy would help them determine the safest routes to the office based on where they live. Maybe talk a little bit about riding safely in traffic and their experiences, choosing the right gear, you know, what things to think of when you're doing a commute so that you can get to work and be comfortable and be able to actually get through your work day, not in your bike gear. Taking bikes on buses, that, you know, can be a cumbersome ordeal if you're, and especially intimidating if you're not sure how to do it. Changing a tire is a bike basic, but a must if they're going to commute. You just never know when that can happen. And they can share all their other tips and techniques that they've learned by biking on a regular basis. Most importantly, make it fun. The best thing about biking especially in commuting by bike, is it could be fun, right? There's a lot of things that can enhance the fact that you're biking to work. So create a bike club. It could be a bike walk club if you have walkers as well, or you could be encouraging people to walk to work. Give a bike t-shirt to all those that participate, maybe with the company logo, so you get a little team spirit going on there. Encourage meetings, participate in, or encourage participation in organized rides as well, like maybe incentivize them for doing that. Recognize active members in different ways. We'll talk a little bit more about that as we go on. So incentivize employees. We all know that everybody loves a little incentive. So we have subsidies for transportation for the metro, right? So why not have a bike or a walk subsidy equivalent to your other modes of commute? It might be a little harder to implement or figure out, but we can help you with that. But you should definitely be incentivizing those people that want to bike to walk or walk to work. It's a great way to get people to consider doing that. They're saving money and getting to work in a healthy way. You can offer a company rebate for purchasing a bike or an e-bike. That's a big incentive because they can be a bit expensive. And a lot of companies, I've met a few companies that have done this to keep a loaner on hand, or a couple of loaners where people can run their errands or go to a meeting on a bicycle during the day if they don't have their own bike with them that day. It's a great way to get around, and also could be a lot quicker than other means to go to and from picking up lunch, say. And promote biking to and from meetings and errands, as I just said. Recognize special achievements. There's all different things you could recognize, and I'm sure if you thought about it, you can come up with a lot of your own. Like rides to work every day, longest distance, shortest distance, always wears a helmet. You can do a decorate your bike day, or the most consistent commuter. Rides in the worst weather. There are those that will come in any weather and be a bike. And recognize your rookie commuters. That's a great one to keep people enthusiastic about doing it, especially when they're new. We encourage you to host bike events for your employees. There are up and coming celebrations are a great way to kick off any kind of bike program you might be considering. So May is Bike Month. So it's a perfect time to get excited about biking, and the weather is fantastic. Bike to Work Day is May 19th this year. It's on a Friday, so it might be a great time to encourage people to participate. It's an event that goes throughout the DC metro region from 7 to 9 a.m. There are going to be over 100 pit stops with snacks and t-shirts, lots more giveaways. We participate in it every year, and you can participate next year if you'd like to have your own pit stop. And you can encourage your employees to register at the pit stop near their home. And here's a link to get more information about where those pit stops are going to be and what is going to happen on that day. And maybe you want to have your own little reception for those people that participate in that, or acknowledgement at least if they do participate in Bike to Work Day. And you can invite GoDC to go to support any bike events leading up to Bike to Work Day. Obviously, we can't be at every event on the 19th, but if you have any during the month, we'd be happy to have a table, give away some swag, talk about biking, and get people excited and enthusiastic about the idea of commuting by bike. Host events. There are tons of events you can host during the year, from small things to larger, but it really does help to keep people enthusiastic about participating. You can have a quarterly achievement day with some refreshments, have a Bike to Work Day Energizer station, host a family biking event. It's a great way to include family members in the process. You can include it in your company picnic and have things like a bike rodeo. I've met companies that have done all of these different types of things. A bike fashion show, who has the best outfit, bike wear or funniest. You can do a helmet decorating contest. This could be also part of a Halloween celebration if you do that at your office. And you can create different kinds of challenges. And there are a lot other ideas as well for hosting events. And you can host a photo contest. And there's all sorts of ways that you can do this. It could be on a certain day. It could be over a month or a week. You can have employees send in pictures of themselves on their bikes. Bike with friends or family, somewhere unusual, and have other employees guess it. You could have it in front of holiday decorations or in front of something historical. They're our favorite historic site in DC. We certainly have enough of them. Or in front of their favorite food truck. The ideas are endless, but feel free to invite Go DC Go. Again, we would be happy to participate in any of these things and set up a table. And last but not least, we encourage you to become a transportation all-star and get the recognition you deserve for doing the things that you already do. So for those of you that don't know what an all-star is, it used to be called our ambassador program. We've just changed it to all-star. And it is a recognition program for different levels of community benefits that you offer. So the more benefits you offer, the higher recognition. It goes from bronze to platinum. And there are lots of perks at each level. And some of the benefits you would get is being obviously a steward of the environment. You can reduce your company's carbon footprint and employee retention and recruitment. We will give you information you can put on your website at each level. So electronic badges to show that you are an all-star, a transportation all-star. And if you've reached platinum status, we have things like receiving a free Best Workplaces for Commuter membership for a year. Our annual recognition award ceremony every year is coming up. We have it this April on the 19th. So it's in the morning at the Pendry Hotel at the Wharf. It's going to be a lovely event. And if you're an all-star, I recommend you sign up. It's free. It's in the morning, so it's only a couple hours and lovely breakfast with that. So become an all-star. We'd love to work with you on that. It's easy. And if you are interested in finding out more about that, all you have to do is set up a meeting with Jessica or myself, and we'll start you on your way.
Great, thanks, Dory. So if you have any questions about anything that was presented, you can feel free to put in the chat, or if you think of something later, you can always reach out to Dorian or myself. Our email and phone numbers are on the screen, so you can write it down. The slides are also going out. This presentation is recorded, so you'll get a copy afterwards. And yeah, if you are interested in becoming an all-star or leveling up or learning more about biking resources, setting up an event, anything like that, our offices are always open. You can reach out to us. We're more than happy to help, as Dory said. So now we'll open it up to some questions. I know a few came in the chat, so hopefully we answered everything, but if there are more, we are on for a little while longer, so feel free to unmute yourselves or raise your hand, send something in the chat. We are a resource to you. No questions? Guess that means we did a great job, Dory.
I guess so.
Just kidding.
Anybody have any thing that they've implemented that we might not have covered? We'd love to hear about it.
Anyone here bike to work themselves? Have some experiences they want to share?
It's a great day to go out for a bike ride, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, it's lovely.
Looks like somebody, there's the, okay. All right, well, I guess if there. Oh, we have somebody.
Oh, yay.
Yay. Thank you so much. We appreciate you all being here.
Yes, thank you all for coming out.
And you can always reach us if you have questions.
All right, if there's no questions at the moment, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Thanks everyone for coming out. We will send out the recording.
Thanks. Have a great
Enjoy
day.
the lovely weather.